The following is a presentation of Algonquin College Broadcasting. It's OCAA Women's Basketball. From the Ron Port Athletic Facility in Nepean, Ontario, from the campus of Algonquin College, the St. Lawrence Vikings take on the Algonquin Thunder. After suffering their first loss of the season just a few weeks ago, Algonquin has been able to rack up a 2-game winning streak. However, St. Lawrence has been a little bit less lucky, Dustin, as they are on a 4-game losing streak. How do the standings look, Dustin?
That leaves Algonquin at first place in the standings with a record of 13-1. St. Lawrence in seventh, falling lower and lower by game with a record of 5-10. Algonquin will be looking to keep their undefeated streak at home with this win, but St. Lawrence will be hungry for a win tonight. Let's hear from Goonies with the top 2 Vikings.
Thanks, guys. Hello and welcome. My name is Goonies Edwards. I will be your away host this evening. Well, when it comes to the St. Lawrence Vikings, they may need to go berserk if they want a chance to win. Now, the top 2 players we have to take a look at, we have number 3, Melissa Gilligan, with 7.3 rebounds, 11.1 points, with 1.5 assists per game. Next, we have number 11, Kylie Moyer, with 7.3 rebounds, 12.7 points, with 1.5 assists per game. They will be a serious threat for the Thunder. Now, let's hear from our home sideline reporter, Stephen Armstrong.
Thanks, Goonies. I'm your home team host, Stephen Armstrong. The Thunder's got an incredible team this season, with their top 2 players being number 10, Rita Sebo, a jack of all trades, and free-throw prodigy, number 24, Michaela Branker. Let's look at their stats. Rita Sebo has 13.9 points per game with 3.4 assists and 7.7 rebounds per game. Meanwhile, Michaela Branker has an amazing 17.4 points per game, 2.1 assists, and 4.1 rebounds.
Thank you very much, Steven. This game is nice and underway. We're 10 seconds in. The Algonquin Thunder taking on the St. Lawrence Vikings. Now, Dustin, what are you thinking about this game so far?
This game's going pretty well. Algonquin went back to their old starting lineup with Giris in there instead of McNamara. They ended up switching that up because that was the usual start, but from what we heard, it seems like Giris had a lot of studies that she had to deal with, and she wasn't able to attend and help her team.
Sorry to cut you off there, Dustin, but that big-time 3 from Melissa Gilligan. Wow, that is quite the way to start off this game. A big old 3-pointer right at the end of that shot clock. Right now, Algonquin's Rita Sebo dishing that around to Giris. Seems like we're going to have a call against the Algonquin Thunder.
Now, St. Lawrence are not known for their 3-pointers. They're actually shooting 19% for the season, but it looks like they might have done something last night, and who knows, maybe they got some magic behind them.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to use it today. Algonquin Thunder, quite the strong team, only suffered 1 loss so far this season, and they're going to need those 3-pointers to drop, unlike they have been for this season so far. Looking to get that extended lead. Now Rita Sebo making her way across the court. Sebo dishing that to Peck. Peck to Branker. Branker for 3. And just a little too much mustard on that one. And Sydney Morrow's taking that back for the Vikings. More drive to the net, not quite going to drop.
And it looks like I'm going to see a call there, or a whistle. Algonquin a little confused why it's coming out, but it's all good. So we're going to be moving to the starting lineup here, Connor.
Yeah, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Algonquin Thunder. Starting lineup who's playing right now already. We've got Rita Sebo.
One of the better players for Algonquin.
For sure, she is also a senior on the team. Now, before we were showing you guys the senior players for the Algonquin Thunder women's basketball who will not be returning next season. Most of these starters, the only one not in that group would be Noor Abdullah. The other four, such as Sierra Peck, as you're seeing right now, they're all graduating this year. That'll be quite the hit to the team.
And we're going to be moving over to the starting lineup over here.
Yeah, let's take a look. So we've got Sierra Peck playing post, number 6, Noor Abdullah, number 23, number 10, Rita Sebo, 8, Jody Gurris, and the last one there, we've got Michaela Branker, number 24.
And this lineup itself has been a very efficient lineup for Algonquin. With their Gurris coming in, she shoots 40% from not only the field, but also 3.
That is for sure. Algonquin hitting a 3 of their own, giving them the lead 5-3. Great play by Michaela Branker to block that. Michaela Branker, not exactly known for her blocks, but is always a dominant player out on the court.
Definitely, definitely. Michaela Branker's been a big player for Algonquin. She's been averaging 17.4 points for them this whole season on pretty good shooting, around 40%. So she is a big part of this Algonquin team, and having her leave soon is going to be a big hit to them.
Yeah, especially Rita Sebo right there making that 3 on the replay. Very nice from her. That'll give Algonquin the nice lead that they've got so far in this game.
A nice shot right there.
Grabbing both of those for Algonquin. Gilligan dishing that one back to Moore.
Ooh! Branker gets a hand on it, so it ends up going out on Algonquin.
Hey, she's trying to get in the way of the play. She's a physical player.
Yeah.
Sometimes stuff like that happens. DeWolf with the inbound to Moore. On the drive. And the ball's not getting up anywhere on that one.
The ball's been getting out of play a lot this game, and it looks like it won't be stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, a lot of these teams are trying to make these good plays to drive towards the net, but Algonquin's defense so far has been pretty strong this game.
And you'd definitely rather it go into the out of the bounce than just go into the other team's hands, right? So it's not that bad.
That's for sure. Algonquin making their way down. Gurris to Sebo. Sebo leaving that back for Abdullah. And Peck with that shot a little too hard. And Gilligan's going to be making her way down the court. Holding that to the outside. Moore's been driving hard so far this game. And a big 3 from number 13,
Where
Shannon
were these
Brown.
threes coming from?
I don't know. They haven't been making 3s all season, but right now they seem to be sinking them no problem.
Maybe they got some of that monster little, like in Space Jam, they got some of those monster
I've seen
powers.
Space Jam. That's special stuff.
Yeah, that's special stuff.
That's what they call it. Oh, and a great block interception from Melissa Gilligan. Gilligan has been all over the court for the Vikings so far this game. Moore dishing that one, and another shot from 3. Ooh. That one's a little bit more Viking style. That was a little bit too hard there. Algonquin still with the 1-point lead. Gurris.
And what a transition play right there. You notice the minute that went down, they were already on the other side of the court getting that quick layup.
This has been a great showing so far from Algonquin on the full court press, eh?
Definitely. You can see them putting on a full court. They're not allowing Rita to pass it out, but she does end up getting it out with a high pass. Smart thinking right there.
Michaela Branker to Gurris. Gurris for 3. And a little too much mustard.
Maybe they need to add some ketchup to them shots.
Maybe. Moore driving once again. 4th drive of the game. And that one is good.
And that's a big point for them.
Definitely a big point, tying that one up 9-all. Why don't we take a look at it one more time? Big drive for Moore. She's been driving all game so far, Dustin.
Definitely, and that gives them the lead, the 1-point lead, which you would think isn't too much, but definitely getting the lead early helps you out to be able to extend that lead and maybe even get the win off that. So we'll see if they're able to build from that. If you've been noticing, just this game's been looking really good for them. They've not been looking like themselves, almost just like a better team in a way. Maybe they've went into some crazy training camp this weekend or something. But
I don't know, but maybe the coaching staff's really been getting on them. They've been telling them, hey, we got to make those 3s if we want to win these games, Dustin.
Definitely.
And so far, it's been working.
100%. And the thing about St. Lawrence here is that they have a very strong rebounding team. They have 4 players who are averaging over 7 rebounds a game. So if this continues and balls start to keep missing from Algonquin, they're just going to snatch up those rebounds like it's theirs and maybe even take some of Algonquin's defensive rebounds.
Hey, just because Algonquin is first in the OCAA Eastern Division with only one loss, that does not mean that they won't be picking up their second loss today against the Vikings.
Definitely,
so far,
this could be an upset.
This could be an upset. It's been a tight match.
Maybe see him step back up here.
Branker for Algonquin.
Now they're running a full court press here, not allowing them to pass it out.
Pack back to Branker now. Trying to get that out to Sebo. Feeling a lot of pressure, Algonquin unable to drop that one.
And it looks like there's going to be a foul on that. If you notice there, the way that St. Lawrence are playing right now is they're playing 3 players up on the court to disallow easy passes to go down and trying to force Algonquin to make a mistake, maybe get a steal off that, right? Which is big for St. Lawrence, because if they end up being able to do that, they're able to really make transitions theirs and get a lot of free points.
Yeah, well, if that's what they're going for, it seems like it may be working for them. Gilligan for 3, and that one was just short.
That was not an air bud, that was an air ball.
That was an air ball. A little bit of a brick laid, and then we get the call against St. Lawrence. It will be Algonquin's ball.
The one big thing, though, about this full court press that's going to maybe hurt St. Lawrence here is that since they're committing 3 players just to Sebo, maybe 2 here, they're going to have less people on the defensive end. So just like this, they could end up getting scored on very easily.
When they've got players like Branker, like Pack that are sitting there waiting for the ball from Sebo, they're going to need those players to cover them. That's another 2 points for Algonquin. Pack with that 2.
Algonquin take back the lead here. Maybe seeing the transition play.
St. Lawrence making their way back. Brown.
And that's another 2.
Pretty clean spin there, Dustin.
Definitely. 13's been doing very well in the inside. We've seen her hit 2 layups already. She could continue to and maybe give them a pretty solid lead. She's at 5 points right now, most in the game.
Yeah, the points have been flying, and a big one from Algonquin.
That was huge right there. That takes a lead back, saying you are not going to win this game.
Hey, they're letting them know whose house they're in. Another great play from Branker to keep that on this half of the court. Up for 3, and that one not quite long enough.
And that's out. Algonquin are coming back into this game here. They had a little bit of a slow start, but it looks like they're getting that back. We're going to be seeing the inbound here.
Gagnon bringing this one in on this switch in. That'll be Victoria Kirby subbed in. And Nora Abdullah being subbed in for Algonquin for Sierra Peck. Sierra Peck taken to the bench. You know, she's been playing well so far this game. Maybe they want to rest her up, get her ready for later on.
Definitely. As one of their bigger players, you definitely want her there for the later game, so then you can have somebody to shut down those easy layups, right?
Another big few points for Algonquin. The lead extends. Sebo.
And Rita.
This pressure from Algonquin, Dustin, it's been incredible.
Algonquin are sending back the full court press on them. And look at Rita, she's not letting her leave.
Abdullah with the interception on that.
Bang!
And a big
shot.
one from Branker.
I cannot believe it. And they're forced to throw it out.
Wow.
Algonquin's pressure is insane this game.
Algonquin has been on their game for sure, forcing the Vikings to make every play that they can to get the ball back in the hands of the Thunder.
The minute the Vikings pulled on the full court press, Algonquin were like, sure, let me just reverse card that real quick, and they're doing it back to them.
Hey, if it's working, it's working. Algonquin with the inbound and the 10-point lead.
Coach chatting a little bit with the ref there. I'm not sure what that was about. Didn't seem too bad. Maybe he was thinking about a call earlier, but we'll have to see about that later.
Branker to Sebo. Dishing that to Gagnon, and now Gurris back to Branker. Branker for 3, and that is good.
She is fire from behind the arc right now.
The ball is wet. St. Lawrence trying to push back, and we've got a call against the Vikings.
Get what they want there. I don't know what the Vikings are going to do right now. They're looking. It was a close game just a second ago. It's 25-12.
This has begun to make quite the difference. I wonder what the coaching staff for Algonquin was thinking going into this game. I mean, we can take a look at it. We had a little bit of a chat with him before the game. Let's take a look, Dustin.
100%.
Except for us the last time we played them, it was only 12-point difference, so hopefully we can build on that in some of our last past games here to grow up, and well, not grow up, but grow the lead a bit and pick up a bit of what we've been practicing this week.
Yeah, so after your loss a few weeks ago, you've had 2 straight wins. What has been the key to coming back after your first loss of the season?
So after that loss, the message was really about consistency. We came out in that game.
Now, Algonquin here are coming out of the timeout right now.
You know, consistency always is the play, right, Dustin?
And definitely, as he was saying, how they only won by a 12-point lead. They're at a 13-point lead right now, already beating it.
Well, going into the second half of their only loss this season, going into the second half, they were up 20 points, and they ended up losing that game, started coasting.
Damn. Well, that means that they're going to have to play a lot safer with their leads here. Try not to allow this other team to get back and continuously put this pressure on.
Not exert too much energy, perhaps.
Definitely. You want to keep those players good and not fatigued for the late game.
Strong to Peck. To Abdullah, unable to get that clean shot away.
And it's going out again. It looks like that's out on Algonquin. We're going to be seeing if they keep this full court press. It looks like they're going to drop it off a little bit, move more to maybe a zone defense.
Big push from Noor Abdullah. She has been all over the court tonight, and that'll be 2.
Another 2. Algonquin's defense is just is offense. That's all it is. They're just continuously taking these steals.
St. Lawrence trying to push back here, going for 3. Little too strong there. Perhaps those 3s were flying a little too easy earlier in this game. Branker with the drive, held to the outside by Moore, dishing back to Gagnon. Branker once again to Peck. Peck.
And it looks like she got her hand on that. That might be a foul. What it was looking like. And it looks like we are going to be seeing the ball getting sent back in here from
That'll be a foul against St. Lawrence, Dustin.
Yeah. You can see it. She was going for the ball, but she ended up hitting the hand there. You could definitely see that contact.
Yeah.
And a missed 3 right there. Is that another foul?
Perhaps it seems as though. Yep, we got a hold.
And it looks like number 13 is going to get that foul. That is 2 fouls already. This is early in the game to be catching these fouls.
Hey, she's got 5 points, 2 fouls. Maybe she just wants, she wants some good stats throughout the game.
Wants to bring up them fouls, try to go for a triple-double with the fouls?
Triple-double with the fouls? I don't know if that'd be too nice. Noor Abdullah from the charity stripe.
And it's off. Missing another shot here.
0
Still
for 2.
Unlucky there.
Sylvie Strong now with the drive, dishing that to Abdullah.
Abdullah catches another foul right there. She might be going to the line for another charity. But can she get that charity strikes hit?
Hey, let's see if she can get one of these, Dustin.
She has not been the best shooter in her career, but we'll see if she's able to change this here. She's 0 for 2 right now.
She's a very physical player out there.
Yeah,
Dustin.
she's a very physical. She's great at layups. She's good in the post. We'll have
She's
to
got
see.
1.
Well, I'll have to see if she's able to get these 2 here and bounce back from that bad shot, those bad shots earlier. And it looks like she does.
There we go. She gets 2 for that one. That'll bring her back to an even 0. More for the Vikings. Sending that one to Gilligan. And that one's unable to drop, going for another, and that is also a no-go. Sylvie Strong for Algonquin, dishing that to Sebo. Sebo to Strong. Abdullah to Peck. Strong with the drive.
And it's off.
Unable to make that drop. and it goes into the hands of the Vikings. Moore.
This Algonquin defense really reminded me of the Raptors, how they're playing. I think they're running a 2-3 zone right now, having 3 players stay in the paint and 2 more out there trying to rotate around and cover this 3-point line.
Hey, well, if that's what they're looking for, it seems to be working so far. The defense for this team has been on point, and this 29-12 lead is showing it.
And she gets another foul here. Looks like she's going to be shooting 2. We'll see if they're able to take advantage of this. If they can get this in, this is going to be a 31-12 first half. That is a pretty big lead to start off the game.
Quite the lead, and the ball is currently in the hands of Alex Cesar.
What a nice shot right there. When you're in a free throw line, you just want to make sure you get those quick 2 points, not mess up too much, because who's defending the shot, right? Like, this is a free shot.
That ball recovered by St. Lawrence with the dying seconds of this first quarter. Moore.
This 2-3 defense is going to be a problem for them.
Dishing that to Gilligan. Gilligan with the drive again. And that one is sent down by Algonquin. Sibo.
Moving up the court here. Looking for some opportunities to get this 3-ball going.
Maybe trying to kill the clock out a little bit. Get a quick shot in. Peck to Abdullah.
Only 12 seconds on the board. Make that 10.
Abdullah in the paint. Able to drop that one.
And it looks like a few seconds on the clock. Can they get this?
Not quite with the buzzer beater, Dustin.
Not quite it. And it looks like they're going to be on a 20-point lead right now. That is a pretty solid lead entering this second half here, but it is definitely not over. This is just the first quarter, right? There's another 3 quarters to play. So we'll see if they're able to keep this momentum and maybe even build upon it.
Yeah, that's what they're going to be going for here. Keep this momentum, continue playing strong, put the pressure on the Vikings, and, keep them to the outside. Like you're saying, they're playing this strong defense, trying to keep them out of the paint and make them shoot from where they can't sink it. As I know, the 3-point percentage for this Vikings team is low, just under 20% of their 3-point shots go in. So they want to make them make those 3-point throws.
Definitely. And you can see here,
it has been
I'm looking
a
at some
good
of the
game.
stats a little bit. Michaela Branker hasn't missed a shot this game. She's 3 for 3 from behind the arc, and she's hit both of her free throws. This is an 11-point game for her right now. She's gotten 1 assist. She's been solid for this play, but you always got to think of who's setting this up, right? Rita, averaging 4, right now has 4 rebounds and 4 assists with 1 foul, which is pretty solid for a first half set. And still, she's got 8 points herself. So just them 2 right now are at 18 points of this 20-point lead. That is pretty insane.
Hey, and don't forget Noor Abdullah. Noor Abdullah, she has got 6 points so far this game, 2 rebounds. She's been firmly placed underneath the Vikings net, right in the paint, ready to get physical and to box as many people out as she can.
And because of all these threats on Algonquin, they have to commit multiple players to defend them, so they're getting more openings. But we're going to be looking at the stats right here.
St. Lawrence with 4 rebounds, Algonquin with 10. The 3 points have been a little bit less even, with 2 going in for 5 for St. Lawrence and 5 for 7 for Algonquin. Algonquin, however, being the only team to give up 2 turnovers. No blocks from either team. It's been a little bit even, maybe definitely leaning on the Algonquin side.
Algonquin have definitely, just been taking just care of that 3-point line, just abusing it almost in a way. And we'll see if they can find a response to this, because if they don't, this game could be done quick.
Moore giving that to Day to Moore. Moore with the drive once again. Always driving is Moore, and
that
this
was
one
a
drops.
clean Euro step right there. Gets her way right into the paint in a nice layup. Looks like they're trying different things.
Branker stripped of the ball by Moore, and she is not missing on that one.
Ooh, Algonquin here, they're looking a bit slow coming out of the tunnel. We'll see if they're able to speed it up real quick.
Hey, when they play with so much intensity, sometimes they might get a little bit tired.
Definitely.
Branker
it looks
trying
like they
to get
dropped
that
the ball
one.
again.
Dropping the ball, not exactly what you want to see in a game like this. McNamara stripped of the ball, this time by Melissa Gilligan. Gilligan giving that to Moore. Moore with another drive.
Another layup.
Moore with the last 6 points this game.
She is taking over. Look at this beautiful play right here. You can see her just get right into. She basically, the paint was wide open for her. They need to shut her down.
Hey, she ran straight down Main Street. She saw the lane and she took it. Sebo back to Peck. Peck with no time on the clock.
And she gets blocked. This hustle out of this St. Lawrence team here is looking like they're just trying to take this game back and out of Algonquin's hands. The past 3 possessions have just been so sided by them. First 2 steals, and then they get a block on that possession there. Algonquin need to get away around this defense that they have set up, and they've changed this half.
I couldn't agree more, Dustin. Moore. Speaking of Moore has the ball. That pass
And that is
intercepted,
out.
off of Algonquin and out.
Algonquin had a little bit of trap there. 3 defenders blocking her. She really didn't have anything to do there. She just had to hope that, her friend could catch it, but it wasn't enough. And it's out again.
This time it's off St. Lawrence.
Yeah. People are already a little tired after this first half, you're noticing. But we'll see if they're able to get back that energy. Maybe, if some subs come in, they're able to slow down a little bit, breathe, get some water in them, maybe some Gatorade, who knows.
Get some Gatorade. Electrolytes, I hear they're
Yeah.
important. Branker leaving that for Sebo. Sebo to Branker. Branker looked like she was about to shoot. Saw Sebo wide open, and that's up for 3.
And we know Sevo is not going to miss that shot.
Sebo's never missing those.
Sevo 3 for 3 from 3-point range.
3 for 3 from 3. Moore with another drive, this time completely boxed out. Leaving that one, and that one's going to drop for DeWolf.
And they've been getting these 2-pointers pretty easily. We'll see if Algonquin can get a stop to that. Maybe commit 4 people to the paint and have one player kind of run around trying to stop these 3-point attempts.
Hey, that is always an option. Sebo able to drop that for 2.
Sevo again with the 2. That's going to bring her to 13 points this game.
St. Lawrence not wasting any time, making their way right over half. Moore.
Nice clean J right there on the replay.
Sebo now. Sending that to Branker. And Branker's dropping that one too.
What a nice little layup right there. There's been a lot of robbers in this game, though. If you've noticed, maybe we have to have a call to 911 here.
Yeah, 2-1-1 robbery in progress, Dustin. We've been seeing a few of those. I may have to inform the authorities on that one. Big shot from 3, and that one's not going. Sebo sending that up for Branker once again. Seems like a play that gets made a lot.
Yeah, you can definitely see the chemistry between those 2 players. They're like a dynamic duo for Algonquin.
And that one dropped by Sebo once again.
This is a very good game from Sebo at 15 points already. It looks like she might be going for a 30-point game.
Yeah, let's take a look at it one more time. Sebo, no problem. The ball pops out, able to drop it. Sebo with the long leading pass to Branker.
That was a Hail Mary pass and then a clean layup to get that in. Connor, are we watching football or are we watching basketball?
I thought this was the Super Bowl, Dustin. Moore.
Now, nice screen there.
Well, you know Moore. Moore's always looking for the option to drive.
And she gets that foul. That was a nice clean play. Looks like she should be shooting 2.
All right, well, why don't we hear a little bit from our sideline reporter, Lion Goonies. Lion Goonies, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so from the sidelines here, in terms of a Viking strategy, what they had in mind, of course, was staying on focus, setting the pace, and concentrating. However, we are wondering about, after a recent huddle, that perhaps maybe they might be losing track of that original strategy. So head coach Rodriguez wants to make sure to reaffirm and reassess the tactics that's going to be played, and maybe it'll translate on the court to play-by-play.
Yeah, you've definitely been seeing these changes and these transitions in their defense throughout this whole game. They started off with a full court. Now they're kind of going to more of a man-to-man defense.
Yeah, you know, these changes have been coming, but Algonquin's been coming right back with the pressure. Rita Sebo dropping another 2 points. Let's take a look at it one more time. Unable to drop that. Sibo ready on the rebound.
What a nice putback play right there from Sibo. Her awareness is just extremely high.
For sure. Moyer for the Vikings. Dishing that out to DeWolf. DeWolf dropping that three.
Nice shot by
Retaliation
DeWolf
from
right
St.
there.
Lawrence.
That puts her 1 for 2 from behind the arc, and we'll see if she can continue to improve on that.
Strong. Dropping that.
Clean J right there by Strong. No one really defending her. You know, you can't be leaving people open like that. They will make you pay. We're gonna be going to a timeout here. Now, if I'm St. Lawrence right now, I'm thinking to myself, how do we shut down this dynamic duo without leaving other players open, right? You got to think that to yourself. And I don't know how they're going to do it because Sibo's been everywhere on the court. You've seen her from the three-point arc, you've seen her from under the basket, right? Like, she's been everywhere. Branker, she's been a threat from all around the court, especially the three-point line. We've been seeing her just bang threes up like they're...
Let's take a look at some of these highlights. As you were talking, Sibo able to snag that, dish it out to Peck. This Algonquin team has been laying the pressure on thick. Branker, one of these top players, always able to. Let's see, 2 threes in a row from her.
Are we going to see a third? We'll be seeing one from Rita, though.
This one will be Sibo. Some great plays from Nora Abdullah.
Definitely.
Loving the layups.
She's been one of the reasons why you've been seeing all of these open shots from Sibo and Branker. She's been opening these lanes for them.
Now, take a look at this. Moore been making these drives all night. However, once their team got into the huddle here, Moore, who you're seeing make another layup, headed straight into the back where the change room is, I believe with the team therapist, physical therapist.
That is not good for St. Lawrence. Moore, who has the most points on the team right now with 10, and who's been a big factor for them, is not seem to be here. So we'll see how they have to adjust with this. This is probably going to be hard, as she's one of their more valuable players.
Well, she's not on the bench now, and she's definitely not on the court, so I do believe she's being worked on. Strip of the ball from Gagnon.
This full court press is just shutting down the St. Lawrence offense here. They're not even able to get past the half point of the thing, and she goes down.
Melissa Gilligan hitting the hardwood hard there, Dustin.
Definitely. You seen her slide a little bit.
Yeah, but she's back up. She's smiling. She's ready to keep playing. Let's take a look at that. Oh, a big fall.
Yep, looked a little bit like she was on a slip and slide, but she's okay from what it looks like here.
Yeah, right away smiling. She's good to go.
Now Mogi just got into the game here. Solid player from St. Lawrence, who's actually from Tokyo, Japan.
Born in Tokyo, Japan.
She has the ball right now. Oh, she passed it out. We're going to be seeing some moves going on. Big block.
This will be Algonquin's ball.
And we'll see if they're able to transition this into even more points. Right now they are doubling the score of St. Lawrence. Actually a bit more than doubling. This is an insane game from Algonquin. They might be going for 100 points this game, maybe more. Sheeta looking for someone.
Sylvie Strong dishing that one over to Gagnon. Thompson, big pass to Strong.
Sylvie somehow deked out the defender with that.
For a second there, it was 5-on-4. Sibo with the big drive.
Wow,
Dustin.
Very clean play by her. Just getting right back at defense, giving them a little bit of that Euro step, a little bit of that Giannis. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Gilligan trying to make a similar drive, unable to finish.
Sometimes you can't replicate what other people are doing. They're just maybe on fire, and it looks like from what Algonquin got, they are. Sibo right now at 19 points. Branker at 15. I think they're fighting for the most points on this team right now.
Gagnon. Big steps, and Thompson's going to be the one to put that.
Clean two right there. We're going to be seeing it transition back. Connor, how?
Gilligan
Are they going to stop this full court press?
Gilligan again. Trying to give that to DeWolf. DeWolf's already made a 3 today and is not going to be making that one.
Looks like it was out from my guess on St. Lawrence, so Algonquin are going to bring the ball back in here.
Inbound from Peck.
We're going to be seeing
Moore is now back on the court after
like
her distressing leave to the physical therapist.
that is big for St. Lawrence. Their #1 scorer back on the court. Maybe she can start to make this, cut down this lead and maybe make a difference here and get them up in front of Algonquin.
Hey, perhaps that's definitely what she's going to be going for out.
It will be an uphill battle though, with it being 52-25 right now. It's going to be hard to make the comeback, but it ain't impossible. We have still 2 quarters to play after this. 2 minutes left in this one.
Lots of time, but before any of that, we've got some free throws from Thompson. That one recovered by St. Lawrence. DeWolf sending that to Moyer. Back to Moore. DeWolf to Moore. Moore to Brown. Fighting for the ball on the hardwood.
That might be called as a jump ball right there.
Yeah, it'll be a jump ball. Take a look at that. Quite the battle on the hardwood.
It looks like it's just going to be given to Algonquin now.
Nope, just giving it to Algonquin, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Strong. Sending that to Gagnon. Peck with a quick pass out.
What a nice
unable to capitalize
play
on that. Another miss on the 3. Algonquin not quite connecting on that last play. And Moore again with the ball. DeWolf to Brown. Brown shot blocked there, and now Sylvie Strong making her way up the court.
But that's going straight out. Maybe a lob for Invisible Man there, but we will never know.
Well, why don't we hear what Steven has to say on the sideline. Steven, what do you got for us?
At the beginning of the game, when I talked to Coach Jamie McLean of the Algonquin Thunder, he said that they hopefully will win and they're hoping for more consistent play. Since then, in the huddles, he's been talking about how they need to stay in position and stay on their toes. They need to keep an eye out and set up their passes. Most importantly, he wants them to work on guarding their net and cutting people off, and he keeps reminding them that they can't get stagnant. They need to bring up the energy.
Definitely.
Thank you, Steven. I could not agree more. Jamie McLean's a coach who knows what he's doing. He knows that they need to stay consistent. The only reason why they've got 1 loss this season is because of inconsistency.
Definitely. And we're going to be seeing this ball move back. A lot of contact on that right there.
For sure. DeWolf now passing that to Moyer. Moyer back to DeWolf. DeWolf to Brown. And Brown dropping that for 2. Brown's been putting up numbers today.
Definitely. She's been shooting 3 for 4 right now from the inside. She might be a threat for this rest of the game here. We'll have to see.
And now we've got a foul against Algonquin as Day hit to the hardwood. And more. Let's take a look at that one more time. Brown able to drop that on that quick pass, a little bit over her head. Caesar.
2 players
Two
go
on
down
the
for St.
court.
Lawrence.
And Abdullah dropped that for 2.
Now Kaylee Day down here. It looks like she might have been hurt on that last play. We're hoping everything's good, but we'll have to see. She's holding onto her leg.
Kaylee Day. Taking a moment there to get up.
She looks to be okay.
Let's take a look at it one more time. That was not the nicest fall I've seen.
Definitely. We're going to hope that she's able to get back in this game here. She's a big player for this team. She's right now has 2 of their assists. Great playmaker, and we'll hopefully to see her soon. She might just need a little bit of rest.
Either way, Viking ball. Moore dishing that to DeWolf, back to Moore.
Oh, someone self ankle breaks on Algonquin there.
Brown able to drop that for 2.
Shannon Brown taking over the paint right now.
Owns the paint, Dustin.
She's probably the one who painted the paint.
I wouldn't doubt it. McNamara to Peck. Peck with the drive. No problem.
Peck doing it straight through the contact of the other 2 defenders.
Let's take a look at that one more time. Quite the play. Peck there with the right, back to the left, and dropping it.
And that looks like it's out. We'll be seeing, it looks like Algonquin ball though.
Peck with the inbound to Branker. Strong to Peck. 10 seconds left on the clock. Stripped of the ball by Moyer. Moyer with the drive a little too hard off the backboard. In the dying seconds, Branker with the half court.
Oh, that was close though. That was close. A little bit lower, that's in.
That would have been quite interesting, Dustin.
Now, we have a 61-30, a 29 game right now. This is...
And let's see, we'll see what happens in the second half after this break. This has been a presentation of Algonquin College Broadcasting. All right, we are back here at the Ronport Athletic Facility. The Algonquin Thunder are taking on the St. Lawrence Vikings. The score is currently 61 for the Algonquin Thunder and 29 for the Vikings. The Vikings have been fighting hard against the Thunder here. We've seen Moore has been pushing this team to its limits. Her drives have been unmatched. Rita Sebo and Michaela Branker have been leading the charge for the Algonquin Thunder, tossing threes and making drives. Dustin, how have the Thunder been performing so far this game?
This game, they've been looking amazing. They look like their normal selves. They're doubling the opponent's score right now. It's not looking good. We've seen St. Lawrence with Moore kind of being out and into the lineup this game. We don't know what to expect right now because she's one of the biggest players for this team, right? You have to think of that. But you can see here Algonquin just consistent and just getting these open opportunities and just nailing them. Like, look, the defender was late on the contest there, but then it goes off with the rebound easy, right? There was no one contesting this rebound. Where is this rebounding from St. Lawrence that they're so known for?
Yeah, let's take a look at how the stats have been this game. 7 rebounds for the Vikings compared to the 15 for the Algonquin Thunder. 3 points have been all Algonquin. 6 for 9, 66.6%.
A little bit of a devilish number right there.
Not so great for the Vikings. Turnovers have been, unfortunately for Algonquin, in their favor also. Not too many blocks to speak of. Why don't we hear from our sideline reporter, Goonies?
Thank you, guys. So, coming from the sideline report here, from the recent huddle for the Vikings, Alyssa Rodriguez, head coach of the St. Lawrence Vikings, wanted to talk about the players needing more movement. They need to have more court awareness. He doesn't want them like statues. He wants them to look like players. Back to you guys.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. But one thing I wanted to bring up real quick, I didn't get a chance to, is how Algonquin are out-rebounding this team, who have 4 of their players who are averaging 7 rebounds, and one of them who's the best in the league.
Best in the league in rebounds, but I have not been seeing too much of it today. Now the Vikings looking to get some pressure, maybe some momentum early in this game, early in this half rather. Doesn't seem to be happening so far, showing a little bit of frustration already.
Definitely, and the ball's going back out of the court like usual.
And that'll be an inbound from Abdullah to Branker. Michaela Branker sending that one over. Gurris to Sebo. Over to Branker. Branker to Peck, and that one was unable to be finished, and now Moore is going to hold that to Gilligan. And now Moore is taking that over half. Moore had a very strong first half. And it looks like she's trying to continue to make that impact. Not in that way, though, Dustin.
Definitely. We're going to be seeing Rita bring it back up here. Rita, big player for Algonquin here. We'll see if she can get 20 points on this play.
Already almost at 20 points, only halfway through this matchup. Peck for 2, a little bit short there.
Definitely. And we're going to see them take the ball back here.
DeWolf for the Vikings. Finding Moore.
Moore ends up creating that space with the help from her teammate who ended up dropping the screen for her.
Moyer unable to make that one drop, and now Sebo's taking that ball on a run. Sebo to Branker. Branker for 3, and that one will be short. Moore once again.
What a clean pass inside, but they're not able to finish.
DeWolf just couldn't quite drop that one.
Algonquin do not want to be letting these openings in the paint here that they're allowing. We've been seeing it in the second half when Moore was just going in and getting free layups, but it looks like it's continuing into this half too.
Hey, you know, both teams have been giving up their fair share of free layups, Dustin. We saw a few times Moore making her way straight down, seeing that lane and driving right down Main Street.
Definitely.
Big throw from Brown, a little too strong. And now Gurris sending that back to Sebo.
Sebo, the point guard for this team, great passing ability.
Branker to Peck, quick to Abdullah, and there's that There's that layup we were talking about.
Definitely, just taking over the paint over here. Both teams, this defense needs to be stronger. Maybe they need to send more people on that defense. Maybe send 2 to 3 people on one person to try to maybe shut that down.
Brown with that quick turn, unable to make that drop. DeWolf now. Finally, DeWolf's making one drop there right in the paint.
She got that back from the last miss right there. Now, I'm going to bring up a quick stat here. Algonquin Sibo might be in her way to be getting a nice triple-double, maybe learning from Harding, because she's right now at 8 rebounds and 7 assists with 19 points.
Let's take a look at that last play. Branker with that big 3. Branker been putting numbers on the board all night.
You see that no hesitation from Branker. When she gets a 3, she just bang.
I think that's confidence, Dustin. You got to have confidence in your throws.
Definitely.
Sibo now sending that down to Branker. Branker once again unable to make that one drop.
But you cannot be leaving her open like that. She had the whole court.
Moore. Sending that to Moyer. Moyer to Brown.
And
That
she
one
got pushed
recovered
down
by
there.
Algonquin.
Looks like she's okay though. I'm gonna be seeing an inbound here.
We'll have a substitution.
They're gonna be bringing in the
McNamara
second
taking to
unit
the court.
here to try to help out. They're keeping Rita on with the second unit so then she can still make these passes and make sure this unit is able to have this playmaking aspect to them without losing that with taking out your usual starters.
That's for sure. This second set here is going to have to keep the pressure just as the first was doing, despite this large lead that they're holding. Gagnon to Sibo. Sibo not able to drop that. Gagnon once again. Finding Sibo, time dying out on the shot clock.
Oh my god, the defender goes down by herself. Sibo gets the rebound. That's her 8th one of the game, or 9th one for the game.
And now Strong able to make that drop.
Strong's jumpers, her 2-point shot has been just beautiful. She's, if you notice, it's almost never touching the rim. It's just straight swoosh.
Straight in, some accuracy from Sylvie Strong. Moyer on that drive.
And she catches a foul there.
Okay, well, why don't we hear a little bit from our sideline reporter, Stephen Armstrong. Stephen.
The Thunder coach, Jamie McLean, he is not comfortable with his lead. No matter how far ahead the team might look, he's aware that this game could turn on a head. He's telling them to focus on defense with the people on the sideline shouting defense repeatedly. He is telling them to keep moving because, again, they cannot stay stagnant. They need to turn up the energy, which it seems like they've done since they had their last huddle.
I've been seeing that energy too, Stephen. It has been quite a good pushback from Algonquin, despite the large lead that they already have. The Vikings have been trying to keep Algonquin on their heels. Has not worked quite yet. Gagnon for 3. That one's up.
And it's off. Rita gets a ball back. That's another rebound for her.
McNamara looking to sneak something in there, not going to go. And now Moyer's making a drive up to Moore. Moore still with the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Feeling the pressure from Algonquin. That pass to Moore.
Oh, and they keep
able
it in.
to keep that in.
That was some athleticism. If I've ever seen some, that was a very clean play by her. They're able to catch.
Now that is Day, number 4, Kaylee Day,
And she's
taking these free throws from the charity line. She was injured earlier in this game, but she's looking to make that.
She's looking all good now. It seems like
Yeah,
she
her-
recovered very well. And we'll see if she's able to get these shots in here. This would be huge for her team. Now next shot here. They need these points. And it's off. She's not able to hit from the free throw line there. That is a big miss. A big 2 misses for her.
Inbound from Day.
Looks like she lost the ball on the inbound there. Referee just shooting it a little too hard.
Yeah, the ref's tossing dimes out there. Got a little power behind that.
Oh, nice hand by Sylvie, but that's going to be backed out. She's not too happy with that, but
That pass will be that'll
He's
be
gonna laugh it
off
off.
Algonquin. Sylvie's gonna have to laugh that one off. There we see Brown took to the hardwood there. And we got an inbound from St. Lawrence. Moore.
looking for opportunities here. Can she find it though? She cannot, as the Algonquin Thunder rob it and catch a quick foul for a 2 free throws attempt here.
Wow, not quite able to make that one drop, but we'll see some free throws. Peak excitement from the game. And we've got a substitution.
Looks like we're going to be having Snyder come in for Brown. We'll see if that affects the team at all. We haven't been seeing too much of her, but we'll have to see if she's able to make that big impact that they might need here.
We will have to wait and see, Dustin. That went out off Algonquin, inbounded by Kaylee Day.
Algonquin still with his full court press here.
I think they like it. They like the pressure that they're putting on.
And it looks like Seven was going for a charge there. She didn't end up getting it, but wait a second. Looks like a call against St. Lawrence. They are furious. They are not happy with this call at all.
They are irate right now, Dustin.
Definitely. The whole bench was freaking out there, but it looks like we're gonna have to calm down a little bit, try to just get this defensive play.
Sylvie to Caesar, now Peck. Looking to drop that one, that did not go.
And even though that doesn't go in, Algonquin's passing play there, just beautiful.
Tossing dimes out there, Dustin.
Definitely. That was a nice fake, but it doesn't seem to go in there.
No, that one's not dropping. It'll be a brick. Daniel with that pass. Able to stay in is Caesar. I saw the look on her face. She was nervous.
She wasn't sure if she was in or not.
No, she had to take a look down at her feet there. Moore coming in with speed. Staying to the outside of the paint. Stripped of the ball cleanly by Gagnon. 2-11 robbery in progress.
Looks like Moore's taking a foul there. She's playing a little too aggressive trying to get that ball back. And your first instinct after losing the ball there, you're like, I just want to get it back, get that steal back, get the possession back. But it seems like she just couldn't do that.
Hey, Moore is a player that plays with a lot of passion, a lot of emotion in there, some good love of the game.
You can see the heart in her. Even after getting hurt a little bit earlier from what it seemed, she seems like she still wants to try her best here and try to get this win for her team, even though it's looking a little bit hard.
Now, if you want to get involved with this broadcast, you can tweet us at ACTV Broadcast and get yourself on this live stream. If you're a huge fan of Algonquin Thunder, just like we all are, you can follow us on Instagram, send us your pictures, ACTV Broadcast. Check us out. We post some great stuff.
And you might even be able to get on broadcast if you send in a tweet or an Instagram post for us.
Hey, our DMs are always open.
Now, both teams just talking strategy here, trying to figure out what to do. You can see St. Lawrence are talking maybe a new strategy on defense here to try to shut down this Algonquin offense. I would say if I were them right now, I would be running a 3-2 because you can't defend everything. I'd be running a 3-2 zone defense where you're trying to cover this three-point arc because you can see Algonquin getting points from there all game, right? But you're also trying to at least have some people inside the paint to shut down those opportunities that might come up with such players as Abdullah and Peck, who are always in the paint.
They're in the paint, they're owning the paint.
Definitely.
So when they've got players with so much power, so much physicality, how do you think the St. Lawrence team is going to try to defend against that?
We will see. It looks like they're going to be just playing some aggressive defense, which ends up working out and getting them a steal.
Moore now with the ball, looking for her lane, as she always does.
Nice little pass there.
Pass over to Moyer.
Looks like the ball went out there. Algonquin are going to be inbounding this. Now
Looks
St.
like
Lawrence have to find the Vikings have to find ways to get these points. A lot of their attempts have just been outside, like they've been either misses, blocks, stolen, or just just shot outside of the areas of bounds. So we'll have to see if they're able to do something about that.
Moore once again with the ball. Over to Moyer. Moyer dropping 2. She's had some difficulties with that earlier today.
But it looks like she's starting to hit her shots. Maybe she's a bit of a slow starter, needs a few points in to be able to get those consistent shots.
Hey, she's a top player on the St. Lawrence team, and she's showing why. All right, well, why don't we get a little bit of word of what's going on the bench from Steven. Steven, what do you got for us?
Coach McLean's telling them to guard, block passes, play defensively, and most importantly, communicate. Every single game, he has to remind them they need to communicate. They tend to focus a lot on offense because they have a lot of strong offensive players. But now, as you can see, since that huddle, they're working on blocking them. They're not letting St. Lawrence get as many passes as they were before, and they're benefiting.
Hey, I know I'm noticing that, Dustin. It has definitely been a different game out here. Score now 70-35.
That was a clean layup in front of 4 defenders right there.
Caesar, all the time in the world from 3, and she's making that drop.
You
Bang.
cannot leave this girl open.
Bang. Wow.
Actually, you can't leave anybody open from Algonquin. They all hit it from 3. They've got green lights from 3.
Trying to retaliate, not going to happen from St. Lawrence.
And it looks like there's going to be a foul here from Algonquin. Peck not happy, but, no one's really happy when they get fouled.
No, I know I wouldn't be. Why don't we take a look at it one more time?
You can definitely see them get the ball, and then you can see the contact right there.
Yeah, she's reaching a little hard.
Yeah, she's getting a little too much of that body. Needs to get more of that ball.
Inbound from DeWolf to Gilligan. Back to DeWolf.
Now, I don't know if Rita's too much of a stats person, but, if she gets 1 more rebound and 3 more assists, that's a triple-double right there. And that's an impressive thing to do.
That is for sure an impressive thing to do. And I'd love to see it happen, Dustin. Sebo now with the ball for Algonquin. Dishing to Caesar. Abdul, and that one is out. Well, we heard from one side of the bench. Why don't we hear from the other with Lion Goonies? Lion Goonies, what are you hearing over there?
Alyssa Rodriguez, but it's everyone on the team, as the head coach loves to take all inputs and values everybody who vocals their opinions, which of course when it comes to the St. Lawrence Vikings, they got a lot to say when it comes to what happens on and off the court. We'll have to see if that translates, if any strategy changes next to come.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see if they end up changing their strategy, maybe changing gears up, because they still have not been able to get past this Algonquin just insane defense that they have right now. And this is the reason why they're in first place.
Yeah, well, 37 points to 73. That'll tell you most of the story here. But, it won't tell you how hard St. Lawrence is fighting to try to get that ball in the basket.
They definitely have not given up. You can definitely see the effort in the heart that they're putting out. Moore
trying to be a one-man army out there. This time not quite working for her.
Nice dime by Sita there.
Branker to Abdullah. Quick dish to Sebo. Sebo in the dying seconds of the quarter. Branker unable to make that drop.
Even though that did not go in, you cannot be leaving Michaela Branker open. We've noticed her punish them over and over again. Why are you guys committing this mistake? It's very hard because they have to cover Sebo, right? And then they have to cover the inside, and they have to cover whoever else is on the court. So sure, you have to give up, right? But are they gonna find a way to stop this?
Well, let's take a look at some of these highlights that we've been seeing this game. It's been fantastic showing of athleticism. Their DeWolf for St. Lawrence has been playing fantastic, as well as most of the Algonquin lineup, Dustin. Here we see Sebo, who's been putting up major points.
Definitely. And we're going to be seeing the nice points here from Algonquin. You can see they've been scoring from kind of everywhere on the court. They've been lethal. If I'm on the court, I'd be scared of letting anybody open on that team. And you can see anybody. You've seen Sibo, you've seen Branker, you've seen Peck, you've seen everyone. Caesar. You cannot leave these people open.
I know I wouldn't want to be leaving them open, Dustin.
Definitely not. Just like car doors, you wouldn't want to leave them open. Now we're going to be looking at the stats page over here. Algonquin still leading in this rebounds. How is this? I'm so confused. When coming into this game, I would think that St. Lawrence would have been dominating the rebound game. But Algonquin are just something else. Sibo is getting 7 of those, or 9 of those actually. That's Sibo almost half of the rebounds.
Definitely some startling facts at the end of this third. Why don't we hear from Lion Goonies once again on the sidelines?
Very much. Now, when it comes to the sidelines of what we're having here, when it comes to those last few plays, the head coach was definitely not happy with the players, telling them run to the bench when it came to the break, saying to them, ladies, you deserve better. You are better than this. Now, of course, despite all this rage and anger, they still ended it off with a solid team fist bump before running back to the court. Back to you, play-by-play.
Hey, I love to see some good sportsmanship, Dustin.
Yep, that's one of the biggest qualities I feel like a lot of people don't understand, or they underestimate a lot of the time. But it is one of the bigger things. If you can't be a good player when you lose, you're not going to be fun to be with when you win, right?
Sylvie Strong there sliding along the hardwood.
She looks
Off that
okay
last
though, which
play.
is always a good sign.
Yeah, she looks fine. Why don't we take a look at it one more time? I think she just tripped a little, and then the ball hit off of her feet.
A little bit unlucky, but you know.
Little unlucky, but nothing dangerous. DeWolf with the inbound, trying to get that to Brown. Brown stripped of the ball.
A little bit of ping pong going on over there, and it's back.
Looked more like a pinball machine.
And shot clock expired. No points for St. Lawrence on that attempt right there.
No shot in the shot clock time. You know, they give you 24 seconds for a reason, Dustin.
Definitely.
I couldn't tell you what that reason is, but that doesn't mean that there isn't one. Sibo with the pass to Strong. Strong to Branker. Branker to Sibo. Sibo with that long pass to Branker. Branker on the drive. And
that
she's
is
able to drop
beautiful
it.
pass. That is the 8 assists for her this game. Her passing has just been insane. We've seen her. Remember that Hail Mary from earlier in the game?
How can I forget?
Like, I don't understand it. Her passing ability has been pretty underrated, but she's showing off that she is probably one of the best playmakers in this league.
Easily. That one will be an air ball from the Vikings. And Sibo with the pass to Strong. Strong to Peck. Over to Branker and back to Sibo. Sibo to Peck.
And that is a 9th assist for Sibo. Sibo with a 29-9 score. And look at this beautiful pass. And then the shot to follow it. That was clean. Right now, Michaela Branker and Sibo are tied for points. We'll see who ends up winning this race at the end of the game right now. Both at 20.
Dishing that to Branker. Branker with the pass to Strong. Strong for 3.
Do not leave this girl open.
Don't leave any of them open, Dustin. Let's take a look at that
Where's
one more
the
time.
defender? Come on.
No problem. Dropping that wide open all the time in the world. She could have had a nap before she took that shot. Taking the ball, had a nap, made that shot.
She could probably went home, got changed, went out to go get something to eat, came back, got changed back, and then still would have been able to hit that open 3.
Wow, that would have been a long time.
Definitely. That was a really nice shot from Sylvie Strong there. We'll see if Sibo can get this triple double. She's 1 rebound and 1 assist off. Like, I feel like it's gonna be coming.
Absolutely a possibility. Branker with the pass. Peck to Sibo.
8 seconds on the clock here.
Clock is winding down. Branker unable to make that drop.
And they already got 5 people back on the defense there. Quick transitions.
Brown. Unable to get that shot away.
And it looks like a foul was called there.
Now, Dustin, why don't we take a look at some of the fans here at the Ronport Athletic Facility while we have a chance on the ACTV fan cam. Here we've got the Thunder fan cam. A couple of great, possibly future players for the Algonquin basketball team.
Definitely. These could be our next generation of players here. They could be dominating the sport. Who knows, maybe in a few years. So we'll have to see. I'm hoping we can see some of them back. You know, that'd be really cool.
Hey, with all the people graduating this year, we might need them.
Definitely have to get on that. And it's off. That was close though.
DeWolf not quite able to drop that.
No. Looks like that was a foul there. DeWolf's going to be getting her 3 free throws off that. We'll see if she's able to get these going here. Maybe get themselves to 40 points, you know. Because it's going to be tough to mount this comeback at this point as Algonquin are still doubling them in points, which is insane. But we'll see. She got one more here. Can she hit this? This would be big for her team. Nice shot right there.
No problem for DeWolf. Making this lead just a little bit shorter. Long leading pass.
And that is the 10th assist for Sebo right there. What a beautiful pass. These Hail Mary passes. She's setting up plays like she's playing Madden right now.
They have to be planned. These have to be planned. These got to be on a clipboard somewhere, Dustin.
They have to. I feel like the clipboard's just like Sebo on one side of the court, their teammate on the other, and just a straight line.
That'd be the easiest play I've ever seen.
But it's working out, so like
more with that drive, leaving it back for Brown.
Nice shot.
Wow. Brown dropping that 3.
We haven't seen Brown too much from far out in the paint here, but looks like she can hit.
Second 3 of the night.
Taking care of it.
Abdullah to Sebo. Sebo faking that shot.
But nice pass to the inside. And they're going to get that point.
And more once again, this time giving it to Brown. Brown for 3 again, this time a little bit short.
I think she was a little confident with that last shot she hit, but I think she should have taken a bit more time on that one, maybe set up her shot a bit better instead of just going instantly, because I feel like that was a little forced.
Yeah, maybe wasn't quite on balance. That's what it looked like from my angle.
Now we're going to be having some subs come in here. Algonquin have a pretty solid lead right now. You can definitely feel like they're not gonna be scared of this team getting back unless they start to become a 3-point machine and just pull them out like they are all Steph Currys. We'll have to see. Maybe that's what we will have to see soon. Maybe that's what the future beholds.
Moyer with that dish out to DeWolf. DeWolf looking for 3.
2 bounces, but none in.
Those 2 bounces don't usually end up dropping.
True. But we did see that for Kawhi, though, if you remember in the playoffs.
What was that, 4?
There was like 4 bounces to go in. Who knows? Maybe we'll see something similar in this game. Because it looks like a lot of these shots from the 3 have just been bouncing off the court.
That was with the and 1. Very nice. Why don't we hear a little bit more about this Algonquin team from sideline Stephen Armstrong.
Well, a few minutes ago, the coach, Jamie McLean, was hanging his head in frustration. Now he's trying to talk to the coach. He's crouched over here. He's backing up. He's telling them, watch the feet. Watch the feet every single time it's a travel. He wants them to keep their mind on that. Also, when he was talking to his team, he said, we're moving, but you got to keep the ball high. They are high passers. They need good, clean passes. He wants them to tone up defense because, quote, that's what's killing me most. This doesn't quite feel like he's having a great night emotionally.
Hey, Steven, thanks for the insight there. I know there should be a lot going on in Jamie's head, but he's currently ahead by double the score that the St. Lawrence Vikings have, 88-44. I'm not sure exactly what stresses are getting to him right now, Dustin.
Who knows? But it looks like even with those stresses, his team is still playing pretty solid. And it looks like it is out the Algonquin team bench, very hyped about that.
That ball out off of St. Lawrence.
Coach
Look at
talking
the
to the ref.
look
a
at the
little bit.
shoes here on Alex Caesar. I know you guys can't quite see it at home. Maybe you can, just the tips there. Looks like she's wearing boots. She's not, but I'll tell
she
you,
is
those
wearing
black
some-
socks with those chunky shoes.
Definitely, and if we're bringing up shoes here, if you notice on the bench there, there's a player for St. Lawrence who's actually wearing some Kyrie SpongeBobs, which are a bit of a sought-after shoe.
Gotta respect the drip. Pass intercepted by Branker now. Branker,
Nice
pass to
Sylvie.
Caesar. And that is no problem. As you can see there, the parabolic arc on that throw.
You've definitely seen that
unmatched.
parabolic arc.
Take a look at it one more time, and boom, parabola.
Beautiful. The contest was just a little late on that. Looks like we're going to be seeing a whistle on that play. Maybe shooting 2-2s.
Okay, Dustin, while these free throws are being thrown, why don't we take a look at an Instagram post from a watcher at home, someone who's been watching this game. This great game that it has been. Here we've got, this is not from home, this is from here at the Ronport Athletic Facility. Number 4 on the court, number 1 in our hearts.
Aw, what a nice message.
Wow, definitely someone who is, I'm not exactly sure which team that's for, but it might be Alex Caesar or Kaylee Day. Both players been having quite the game tonight, so
Definitely.
whoever that is, I'm sure they're proud.
Yep. Must be happy to have a nice sign for you, like must bring up your morale in game.
They should get signs for us, Dustin.
Maybe, I don't know what the signs would say, but
Go us.
go us. I like that.
I'm not sure that the Thunder need any signs for them right now. Score currently 90 for the Algonquin Thunder and 45 for the St. Lawrence Vikings. Here
If
at
we
the
put the
Ronport
math in
Athletic
here real
Facility.
quick, let me just times 2 that 45. That's actually 90.
Wow.
So Algonquin exactly doubling the score right now. They've been doing it all game. They've been
I'm
on a
sure
solid
that's
game.
not what the Vikings thought was going to be happening going into this game.
Definitely. I was going to speculate like maybe a 60 to 80 game, but it seems like Algonquin's game plan went very well, and they've been able to take advantage of not only a three-point arc, but the inside game. And
Well, games like this are so important for a team like the Vikings, who are just barely reaching that playoff spot. You got to be top 6 for it. So every game is important.
yeah, and them sitting at 7th right now, they have to be sweating a little bit and just hoping they can get a miracle out maybe. I don't know if that miracle's coming soon though. I don't see no genies around here, no Will Smiths.
Let's just say they could use 2 points.
Now it looks like we're going to be resuming play here.
Strong to Caesar. Caesar with the pass over to McNamara. Little too much mustard on that layup.
And St. Lawrence got the ball off that. Nice little play.
Gilligan there bringing the ball in with a smile on her face.
Gilligan having a pretty solid game here. She hasn't taken too many shots, but she's 2 for 3 from the field and 1 for 1 from 3-point with 2 rebounds. So solid set of stats right now.
Yeah, definitely nothing to sneeze at. Inbound from DeWolf. Over to Day. Now Gilligan. To DeWolf. To Moyer. Day with the drive.
This Algonquin defense are not allowing any free buckets in the net.
The lane is completely clogged.
Oh! That Hail Mary pass gets taken away!
They're only letting that go twice. That little, I guess you could call fadeaway, they're not quite dropping.
Training to put a bit of more work in the gym on that one.
Wow.
Nice too.
Very nice play.
Algonquin's
from
passing this
Algonquin.
game has just been beautiful. It's the best way to explain it.
Tossing dimes. If I had a dime for every good pass made, boy,
You'd
I'd
be
have,
rich.
I'd have a couple dollars. Brown from 3.
Now we're gonna be
Not
seeing-
quite dropping.
They lose the ball, and the ball goes out on St. Lawrence. Now we're going to be sending it to our sideline reporter, Goonies, for a little bit of a story out in the away team.
Well, thank you, guys. So when it comes down to the St. Lawrence Vikings, the attitude and the atmosphere is clear. Defense is everything from their recent huddle, and they don't want any risky offensive plays. Defense is key here, and setting the realistic goals of preventing Algonquin College from reaching 100. We'll have to see what happens. Back to play-by-play.
Hey, well, the defense is going to be quite important for both teams, especially the Vikings, if their goal is to keep Algonquin away from that 100-point mark.
Definitely. You can hear the defensive chants here. The crowd in this game, they've been in this game this whole time. But it seems like at these last few minutes, they've definitely brought up the energy to 11.
Strong now. Being pushed off the ball there.
And it looks like we're going to be seeing the inbound here. I wonder if they're going to sub in Sibo because there's not too much time left on the clock, and she's missing one rebound from that triple-double. If I were her, I would be like sitting down asking the coach, yo, let me in the game real quick.
Put me in the game, coach. I'd be calling for
Just
that
let me get
too.
one rebound, and then I can get off.
Inbound from St. Lawrence. Day to Moore. Moore. Driving to the outside.
It looks like Moore got that foul. She's getting 2 shots at the free throw line. Nice job. Moore's been kind of quiet since the first 2 halves, I want to say. She's been stuck at 10 points for the past little bit, but her playmaking has still been there with 3 assists. And it's off.
Now, I've just been informed that the most points the Algonquin Thunder has ever scored in a game, Dustin, is 93 points. And currently we're at 92.
This
This year, rather.
This could be the time where they pass it. Just need one 2-point play here, and it looks like they get the foul.
So it might be coming here.
Might be coming on this foul. If she can hit these 2 in, that's 94. I'm pretty sure 94 is higher than 93, unless I failed
Last time I
math.
checked, yes. Thompson.
Ooh, it's off. She gets a second shot, though. We'll see if she's able to get that one in. And she is. They've now tied their all-time, or not all-time, sorry, this season's
See,
all-time.
I thought it was all-time for a second also.
Correct.
Gilligan. Passing that out to Moore. Moore for 3.
But it's
Not
off.
quite going. McNamara. Pass again, Young. To Caesar. Less than a minute left on the clock.
They're killing the time a little bit here.
Thompson.
Looks like she might have got the foul there. Oh, actually, incoming news here. We are the all-time was actually 94, so we're still behind right now on February 8th. We'll see if they're able to actually beat this one.
Hey, well, you know, it's just 2 more points. We got 30 seconds left on the clock. And the St. Lawrence seem to be running the clock a little bit here, really looking for their opportunity.
Nice little move there. She got a lot of contact. I'd be
more there, maybe trying to force a lane rather than find one.
And we'll see if she's going to be able to get these shots. No shots. I'm kind of surprised. I thought she would have gotten 2 off that because that was a lot of contact. Oh. They are not happy with that.
Not exactly what you want from that one.
Brown been having a pretty good game, but you know, when late game, when you really want those points and just not going by, it hurts. Now 17 seconds on the clock here. Can we see Algonquin pass their record?
It is a possibility here, but it looks like they're just going to be holding off and not going
They're
for
gonna run
it.
the shot clock here. Very respectable. And what a game from Algonquin College. can you believe this? They were extremely good today. And scored 93-46. Algonquin played extremely well. Sibo 20 points, Branker 20 points, Abdullah 12, Thompson 11, Peck 8. Everyone was scoring.
Yes, everyone was on the top of their game tonight, Dustin. Both teams, putting in the effort that they need. Now, as you say, 93 Algonquin Thunder, 46 for the St. Lawrence Vikings. And why don't we take a look at some of the replays we've got from this game. Some great highlights. Gilligan here for St. Lawrence, a shining spot from their squad.
Looks like a nice
However,
shot.
overthrown there by some nice threes from Algonquin, who was dominant on that arc. Peck here with a nice one.
And that was the 10th assist for Sibo right there.
Algonquin always dominant in that three-point area. Everyone was dangerous tonight, Dustin.
They were looking like they had limitless range. Hall of Fame.
They could have been shooting from the other side of the court for
And
all
they
I
would have
care.
hit.
They would have kept dropping them. Even getting some support from those more depth players like McNamara, even players like Brianna Thompson. They've all performed well today. A great
they're very
effort.
happy with that win.
I'm sure they're very happy. Coach Jamie is also.
Sibo dropping a double-double for us. That is a very impressive set of scores.
That is for sure. We've got some great stuff going on. Rebounds in Algonquin's favor, 29. Turnovers on Thunder's side, 6-4. One block, the only one for Algonquin.
Yeah.
And the 3 points were totally in Algonquin's favor. 9 out of 18, 50%. Not so bad.
And shooting 50% from three, I would be happy with that any day. That's half of your shots going in. That's better than some NBA teams.
Definitely, I'd say so. Definitely better than one of us would do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could shoot over 10.
This has been a presentation of Algonquin College Broadcasting.